Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your sister Naima B. Robert here. Welcome to another episode of A Sister's Ramadan. Over the last 3 seasons, A Sister's Ramadan has focused on the topic of truly showing up in Ramadan and using this blessed time as a catalyst for personal transformation. But as you know, we've decided to change things up this year. So this season, we are focusing on helping you, sis, to deal with some of the challenges that we all face during Ramadan, offering you inspiration, motivation, and I hope really practical solutions for making the most of this month. Now, today's episode is based on a comment that came in when we were doing our research, and it was this: I feel like my household chores and family duties and work are taking away from my ibadah, from my worship. What can I do? Now, we're all familiar with that image of the sister who feels like she's spent her whole Ramadan in the kitchen. Yes, it's the month of fasting, but let's be real. As women, we play a pivotal role in our family's experience of Ramadan, whether it's those special suhoor meals or the family favorites for iftar or the snacks that we only get to eat in Ramadan or on Eid. Everyone is looking to us to bring our A game in order to make the fasting easier and that much more enjoyable. And that's not to mention all the other household duties as well as the work things that come up, whether it's Ramadan or not. So with all of this pressure on us to perform and to serve and to be there for others, how can we pull some time for ourselves for true spiritual connection in Ramadan? Well, sis, I'm going to offer you 2 ways to approach this. The first is my reframing advice, and the second is the practical advice. So the first is the reframe, winning the battle in the mind. Sis, I'm going to invite you to own your role, to acknowledge the importance of the role that you play in Ramadan for yourself and for your family. Own it. Take pride in it. There's so much barakah in it if it is done with ihsan. Make a decision this year not to allow resentment or negativity to steal your blessings. There are tasks and chores that you're going to do anyway. So instead of thinking, I have to prepare suhoor for my family, I have to come up with a new idea for iftar, how about this? I get to do this. I get to prepare suhoor for my family. I get to involve my children in iftar. I get to host and feed. That reframe alone will inshallah bring lightness to your heart and give you ihsan, sincerity in all those acts. So don't miss that trick. It's a really important one. Now, onto the practical advice. I have 10 tips for you to not allow your household duties and tasks and anything work-related to take away from your time with your Lord in Ramadan. So number 1, have a vision. You know who you are, you know your life, you know your responsibilities and your circumstances. So in light of that reality, form your own unique vision. How do you want to show up this Ramadan? Who do you want to become? What would you like to achieve? What would you like to do? What would you like to stop doing? How would you like to contribute during this month? Get clear on that in light of your own personal circumstances and write it down. Once you have a vision, it's time for tip number 2, and that is make a plan. Don't expect things to just flow and go the way that you're hoping, especially if you are juggling many different responsibilities. Make a realistic plan on how you're going to fulfill your spiritual responsibilities, your family responsibilities, and any work commitments that you may have. And if you make that plan, the chances of you succeeding at ticking off those things from your list are much, much higher, inshallah. Number 3, let's discuss managing expectations. This applies to you as well as your family and your work colleagues. Managing expectations means having an honest conversation with yourself first, then everyone else in your household or office to let them know what you will and will not be capable of doing. So let's just call it and say it like it is, okay? If you're not going to be able to prepare 3, 4, 5-course iftars, let your family know. If you're not going to be able to host every night of the week or simply would prefer not to spend your Ramadan hosting every night, have that conversation and come to a mutual agreement with your family. It could be that your husband is huge on hosting and you're really worried that so much hosting will take away from your own personal ibadah. Have the conversation, sis. Can you prep meals in advance? Can he have maybe all the hosting in the first week, for example? Could he help in the kitchen? Could he bring food in? Managing expectations will make it easier for you to actually tick off those things and help you to take care of everything that you need to take care of. The next thing on my list may be a trigger for some of you, but I'm going to say it anyway. Ask for help. You don't have to be superwoman just because you're the mom, you're the wife, you're the daughter-in-law, or whatever it is. Just because you are playing all these roles does not mean you have to shoulder all the burden of responsibility by yourself. If you need help, sis, ask for it. Whether it's with cooking, whether it's with cleaning, or with taking care of the kids, or work-related tasks, or anything else. Look around you and see who can support you and who you can support in turn. Don't try to go this alone, especially if you've struggled in the past. Number 5 on the list, delegate, delegate, delegate. This is for all those mums out there who pride themselves on having everything under control, but end up burnt out and resentful. When you have older children or you're living with other adults in the house, there is no reason why you should be solely responsible for making sure that Ramadan is an amazing experience for everyone. Delegate those tasks, whether it's food prep or laying the table or cleaning up after the meal, washing, sweeping, household duties. Delegate and let those kids and whoever else is in the house know that they are being rewarded, inshallah, for helping out during Ramadan. This is something they should be adding to their Ramadan bucket list as well. I want to put this to you as well. This type of activity, especially when it comes to children, will be training them to be helpful, capable adults. And it gives them a grounding in the tasks required to make Ramadan work as a family. So you're basically investing in their future as well. Number 6, and this is going to give you so much space in your mind if you do it, detox from social media and any other time-wasting activities. That includes the Netflix binges. Take a real break. Your time in Ramadan is precious, sis. And if you already have a lot on your plate, you can't afford to waste time scrolling on social media or binge watching YouTube videos. So take this Ramadan as a chance to detox, to take a break, take real time off, and inshallah you will see the impact on your daily routine. Number 7, I'm going to invite you to declutter and simplify. Just because it's Ramadan and it's the special month that everyone looks forward to and has high expectations about, doesn't mean that you have to do 5-star meals every day and that everything has to be at 100%. You will find so much sakina, so much ease in simplifying your meals, simplifying your routine, boiling things down to their essentials. This will give you so much more headspace and time for your own ibadah as well. And here's an extra tip. Commit to decluttering your kitchen surfaces and simplify what you plan to do on a daily basis. Number 8, prepare in advance as much as you can. This tip is one we can all make use of, and it relates especially to meals because we know how much time preparing iftar and suhoor can take on a daily basis. Why not batch cook? Why not prepare meals in advance and freeze them? Why not do a couple of meals for a few days and swap with other sisters or family members? Prepping in advance will give you more free time to be able to focus on the ibadah that you want to do, pray your prayers on time, make your adhkar after asr. So whether it's chopping vegetables or freezing or cooking in batches, give yourself the gift of a bit more free time by preparing in advance. Number 9, and this may sound strange, but the advice is to be flexible. This tip here is especially important for your mental health, sis. Listen to me. Not everything is going to work out how you planned, and not everything is going to go according to your vision. And that's okay. As long as you have the right intention and you're doing your best, let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take care of the rest. Being flexible means that you are aware that you are not in control. You may have your plan, but the rest of your family have needs and they may have their own ideas and dreams. So don't get too hung up on how you want things to be. Don't allow yourself to get frustrated. Let it flow. Let it be. It's going to be what it's going to be. And number 10, and this is the last tip that I'll offer you today, reset daily. When you have a vision and a plan and you want things to go a certain way, it can be very frustrating when the day doesn't go how you hoped. My advice to you is to reset daily. Simply press the reset button. That was today. It's gone, over. Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Tomorrow is a new day and anything can happen tomorrow. You can move differently tomorrow, show up differently tomorrow, choose differently tomorrow. And that allows you to go into each day with hope and optimism that it will be a day full of barakah, inshallah. And those are my 10 tips for how to not allow family and work duties take away from your ibadah in Ramadan. Did these tips make sense to you? Did you find them useful? If so, let us know online. Make sure that you tag Eman Channel and myself, Naima B. Robert. And if you benefited from this episode, please do share it with the women in your life. Share that link, tag them, share the tips. And don't forget that we have a handbook that accompanies the series. In the handbook, you will find notes from each episode, any relevant links, and also reflection questions for you to deepen your understanding of the topics we've addressed. Simply visit the link on the screen to download your copy. And that's it from me. I pray you found this useful, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode of A Sisters Ramadan on Eman Channel. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.